And we are back. This is Riverdale Season 5, Episode 16. Last week's episode was amazing. Best of the season, one of the best of the entire show. It's been a week and they still haven't announced a Pussycat spinoff. Why? They literally set up a spinoff. It was clear as day. So please, even if they wait until like maybe another month or a few months, I don't know, just give us a spin-off, because I really, really want a Pussycat spin-off. I mean, you can't just set one up like that clear as day and then not go through with it. Please? Well, until we get an announcement, here's hoping. And now we are back to our weekly, regularly scheduled programming of Riverdale. I don't know much of what to expect tonight. I feel like tonight, regarding the mystery between Mothman and the Lonely Highway Killer, I guarantee you they're gonna get wrapped up next week. So I feel like this week, for tonight's episode, we have to like come to some sort of I'm trying to think of a word. Basically, in a way, since next week is when those plots wrap up, I feel like tonight has to give us some sort of huge like reveal to set the finale for those plots up. I want to know who the Lonely Highway Killer is. Like, please. Like, I think they implied that it was like a family of killers, but like, there has to be like a boss, right? A leader. And knowing Riverdale, whenever the main villain of the plot is being kept in the shadows, it's always someone we know. So, the obvious choice is Glenn, but he would be the obvious choice for TBK. So, is he TBK or is he the Lonely Highway Killer? Because they're not the same person, I know that. Basically, what I want something that sets up the end of those plots next episode. Like, maybe reveal who the Lonely Highway Killer is tonight? Unlikely, though. If anything, we'll find out next week. As for the Mothman plot, I don't know. The Mothman plot confuses me. Like, okay, so it's hallucination-based, but it's so confusing, though. Like, did they explain where it came from and everything? Like, I don't know. That's the part that confuses me. I just don't... Obviously, I think it's connected to the Lonely Highway stuff, but overall, the Mothman stuff just confuses me and I have no idea what the fuck's going on. But this is Riverdale, so that's normal. But either way, I'm definitely curious to see what happens with those plots tonight.
What, Chad?
I have some great news.
Ew!
I'm going to be able to pay back all of the funds I borrowed in one fell swoop.
It was so nice
on a little
not having this bitch on my screen for however many episodes.
Comes a big payday.
Can Chad leave?
Considering you always screw things up,
Jason himself commands it. No more singing.
Really?
I mean...
As you know, he was a young man of few words.
I mean... Okay.
Hi.
Yes. It had to have been Chad who tipped them off.
Wouldn't he be torpedoing himself too?
Can Chad please just leave?
To ask for his help.
I already have Hiram's annoying ass to deal with.
SEC reviews them.
Let me. While you were at Barnard, we had a
connection.
Thing.
What kind of thing?
Reggie and Hermosa?
You know what kind.
Didn't see that coming.
And when I got back...
Bingo.
Everyone was dead.
And the only ones left was Jackson, right? Because then Bingo died.
Who died? I'm gonna do everything that I can to take Taylor down.
You go, Archie.
Sorry for everything, really.
It's okay. I forgive you.
Aww.
Great. So, not to relive that horrible night, but I dimly recall writing something that resembled a novel before I yanked my hand out of the handcuffs.
Jughead, you did write your book that night.
I did. Well, that's great. Do you know where it is?
Yeah,
Jessica.
Jason has granted me the ability to turn water into Maple syrup.
What is the storyline? I don't know.
Highlighting how you, Sergeant Andrews, went rogue and led your platoon directly into an
Again,
ambush.
this
There's
bitch.
no paper trail to support your claim. So as I said before, it's my word against yours. Pursue this, and you'll be a traitor.
No. You're the traitor, General. I bury good men. Because of you, I won't bury the truth any longer.
Damn, aren't you?
Regardless of the consequences.
Okay. Oh.
Do I have 170? 170? Nope. 180?
I hope Hiram
Nope.
loses.
190,000 to the madam in the front row.
Can someone bet the maximum amount? Because I want Hiram to
Do I have
lose.
225? Do I have 250?
Go for
250?
50. Keep going.
255?
Keep going.
290 against you, Mr. Sand. 300,000. That's
Thank you, dude.
$300,000 for these precious doubloons. Going
Put
once.
it down.
Going
Put it down.
twice.
Put it down.
Sold to Mr. Sand for $300,000.
You lose, Hiram.
What a coup for such rare wonders.
Sucks to be you, Hiram.
Whatever you feel is right, you should do. You have my full support. You've already witnessed.
What is this storyline?
Do you want in or not? Your father's also working with me.
As a matter of fact, I killed it at my auction. So much so that all of your
Yes,
swindled
Hiram
investors
lost.
are paid in
It was
full.
very satisfying to watch.
Just in time for the
A budding young writer at NYU, just making their way through the world, having a lot of sex and partying.
Sounds terrific.
Send it to me ASAP.
Yeah, okay.
This is not gonna end well.
When you went in to call for support, I left our unit unprotected to carry out General Taylor's orders.
Damn.
Keeps her porcelain skin safe from these vicious,
I don't like bees.
This is nothing but a farce. I pray ye do not fall victim to her deceit, for if ye do, this ministry
I don't like bees.
from my temple, or I will smite thee.
Can I skip this? I don't like bees. Bees creep me out.
Queen of the bees.
I'll be backing away too.
You've impressed me.
But for now, who wants some bubbly?
I still want Chad to leave. Take Hiram with you while you're at it. No, that's not.
Just, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to drop you as a client.
Yeah, I figured as much.
You're a good writer, kid. I hope you can pull it together.
Hey,
I'll send you Cora's info. I'm sure she'll be thrilled to hear from you.
okay.
Sorry, that one.
She just left. Wow.
To what you are, which is scum. A worthless, pathetic little worm. You stole money from your investors to what? Finance copter cab? But what a surprise. In the end,
Hiram,
you
go
couldn't pull it
away.
off. That's your problem in a nutshell. You can't land anything. You'll never be an alpha, Chad. You're a born beta. And everybody who invested in this scheme, you backed a losing horse, boys. You too, Daddy.
Oh, please, Mia. I only invested a modest sum in Copter Cab. You may have destroyed these clowns, but not me.
Oh, Daddykins.
You know I'm drunk, right? And I'm a terrible busboy. Why are you so nice to me?
Because
Because she likes
you're
you.
my friend,
Because she likes you.
and I care about you.
And she likes you.
So will you promise me that you'll keep going to your meetings?
Yeah, yes, I promise.
Good.
By his own self-interest, therefore, he's being discharged without honors.
Yeah, we got it right.
So, it's over?
It's over.
I normally I'd say it's over, but it's Riverdale.
I'm getting changed, and I'm going with you. Oh, and by the way, my participation is not negotiable.
I love Tabitha.
You boys did.
What if I, Cheryl Marjorie Blossom, am the holiest of holies?
I have no idea what's going on.
Wouldn't that be miraculous?
I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. This show confuses me most of the time.
My name is Chuck. Just looking down on them tonight and keeping them safe. I don't know why. I got this really bad feeling about what happens next.
Me too. Okay. That episode was... It was alright. Honestly, it wasn't my favorite. Like, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, but it wasn't like... It was just okay. There was just some storylines that I just don't really care for, like Kevin and Cheryl's. I don't even know what their storyline is, and that talk with them at the end, I don't even know. Like, what is this storyline? I just don't understand. I know it's Riverdale, and it's kind of hard to understand considering they do the most weird shit on this show, but I genuinely do not understand their storyline. I really don't. And the bee thing, yeah, I don't do bees, okay? I just don't like bees. Okay. We didn't really... We have one episode left of the Lonely Highway thing and the Mothman thing, and I have no idea where they're going with it. Like, we didn't really get much, like, let me talk slower. We got a little bit of focus that Betty is trying, she's still going, trying to track everyone down and everything, to find Polly. I have a gut feeling the ending of next episode is going to be them finding Polly's body. She's dead, that's obvious. The ending is going to be all of them going to the mines all together. They're going to find her body. And that's how it's going to end. It's obvious at this point that she's dead. And I kind of did like seeing Chad and Hiram lose and get upset. Like Hiram during the auction. And Chad in Hiram's office, like that, seeing them both lose and get upset, I just love that. Because I hate both of them. I'm really hoping Chad is done after next week. I don't know. I don't think Chad... Honestly, I don't see Chad going into season 6. Hiram, maybe. I still think there's a decent chance Hiram might die. Because the fact that he got an origin episode to himself is kind of what made me start thinking that. So I won't be shocked if Hiram dies at the end of the season, though... That's just, like I said, decent chance. He can still survive. But Chad, I don't know if he's going to die, but I don't see Chad lasting to season 6. So whether he dies or leaves, I think after next episode, he's done. Whether he dies or leaves, he's done. Hopefully. Yeah. So yeah, overall, this was just... It was a meh episode. It wasn't terrible. It was just... not my favorite. Although next week's does look good. The mines explosion. The bomb emoji. Oh yeah, that's right. We're entering the last stretch of episodes. I think it's safe to say I'm genuinely not prepared. No, really, I'm not prepared. Oh my god, what was that thing in the promo? It was like, I had to go back and watch it on YouTube or something, but like, it was this thing with red eyes, that's the Mothman, right? What the fuck is this Mothman thing? Is there an actual person in like a Mothman suit and mask, or is it just a hallucination? I don't know. The Mothman part confuses me. Although I did see Tony and she looks scared. Tony, what is gonna happen? Nothing better happened to Tony, okay? And she wasn't in this episode and I was sad, but... She just had her baby last episode, so I understand. But she looks scared in the promo, so nothing better happened to her with this Mothman. I think there was a shot of the Mothman thing. It had red eyes. It had some kind of weird looking face. Is it a hallucination or something? I don't know, but it just confuses me. I don't know what it is. All I know is the Mothman plot and the Lonely Highway plot are going to get wrapped up next episode. And then 518 is the musical, and 519 is the finale. setting up next season. And whatever the 5-episode event is, which it's obvious they're setting up the Maple War thing for the Palladium. And it's already been teased that they're going to have to pick sides, so I still think there's a decent chance Hiram might die in the finale. Decent chance. But then again, I could be wrong, because this show, for whatever reason, loves Hiram. The fact that he got an origin episode, that's what is making me think he might die. Because usually when someone gets their own origin episode to himself, it's usually to flesh them out and give you an understanding of their character. So that they can, it's like so they can make you feel for them right before they get killed off. I'm not gonna lie, his origin episode, it did make me sympathize with him and it did make me understand him. It doesn't make me like him though. So if he does die, I'm gonna cheer because I'm sick of Hiram. 4 seasons, he needs to go, honestly. Bring in a new villain. The only plot for this season that I see going into next season is TBK. TBK, I think it was already, it's going to go into season 6, and they're not wrapping that up this season. Best case scenario, we find out who he is in the finale going into next season. I want to say Glenn, but then again, he could be the Lonely Highway Killer. Because I already know, they're 2 different people, they have to be. So, for argument's sake, let's say Glenn is the Lonely Highway Killer. Who's TBK? We did hear his voice, briefly, but could he have been using a voice changer? I don't know. But I'm definitely curious for next week to see how they wrap up those 2 plots. That tells me we have to find out who is the Lonely Highway Killer. And what is this Mothman? I genuinely don't know what's going to happen because this is Riverdale. But we'll see, I guess. But anyway, that is it for now. That is Riverdale Season 5, Episode... I almost said 17. 16. That is it, pretty much. I really don't know what else to say. This episode was... It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, but... It just wasn't really that interesting. Like, some of the storylines are just weird and I don't care for... But there were some good moments. It wasn't the worst episode, but it was far from the best. How did we go from the amazing episode last week to this? I demand the announcement for the Pussycat spinoff, please. It's been a week, and they should have announced her right after the episode aired, because they deserve a spinoff. And they literally set it up. Clear as day. So give it to me now, please. If anything, can they just announce it soon? I really want it. As long as we get it, fine. I just want it so bad. But anyway, that is it for now. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on this episode and your theories for next week's episode. And I will see you guys next time.